Some mornings you wake up and the world feels different. The birds are a bit too quiet. The air has a certain charge to it, a low hum you can't quite place. That was the morning of July 5th, 2025. It started like any other Saturday until the news broke. A grainy video flickered online, a sleek, menacing machine. Unlike anything seen before, it screamed power, speed, and ambition with a little red star on its tail. Suddenly everything stopped. In Washington, coffee cups dropped. In Moscow, vodka glasses slammed down. In London, a collective gasp. China had done it. They hadn't just hinted, they had flown it. A real sixth-generation fighter jet. This wasn't just a new plane, it was a declaration that the old rules were obsolete. The world was on notice. Disbelief turned to a frantic scramble for information. Was it real? CGI? Propaganda? But as more data trickled in, the truth became clear. This was no hoax. The aircraft, codenamed Darksword, was the real deal, a leap so profound it made everything else look ancient. This was about the balance of power, the invisible seesaw of global politics. The West's technological high ground had just been vaporized. A new era had begun, and nobody knew what was coming next. Let's clear something up. A sixth-generation fighter isn't just a faster jet with more missiles. The leap is massive. Think Bugatti versus bicycle. Fifth-gen jets, like the F-22 Raptor, are defined by stealth, designed to be invisible to radar. But sixth-gen, that's stealth on steroids, plugged into the Matrix. The most startling feature, the optional cockpit. These jets can be flown by a pilot or by advanced AI. Imagine a dogfight where one side is limited by human G-forces, the other by physics and a supercomputer's logic. It's not a fair fight. That's the first pillar, optionally manned flight. Then the weapons. Not just bigger bangs, hypersonic missiles nearly impossible to intercept. And lasers, real laser cannons that can fry electronics or shoot down missiles at light speed. This isn't sci-fi. It's the new reality, but the biggest change, how these jets fight. A sixth-gen fighter is a flying command center, controlling a swarm of unmanned drone wingmen. It sees everything, processes everything, and deploys its drones to overwhelm the enemy. It's a network, not just a plane. A digital ghost commanding a legion of robots. The F-22 now looks like a relic. That's why the world is worried. The rules of air combat have changed, and everyone is scrambling to catch up. So what do we actually know about this Chinese marvel, the so-called Darksword? Not much, and that's terrifying. The video showed a tailless, diamond-shaped flying wing, stealthy but hard to fly. This means it's controlled by a sophisticated AI fly-by-wire system, making constant micro-adjustments. It's bigger than an F-22, meaning more fuel, longer range, and a larger weapons bay. No visible engine nozzles, instead exhaust is shielded for stealth. It's designed for all aspects stealth, prioritizing invisibility from every angle. Intelligence whispers suggest it has an adaptive cycle engine, one that changes configuration mid-flight for speed or efficiency. That's like having two engines in one, giving it unmatched range and speed. The biggest unknown, what's inside, what kind of radar? How powerful is its electronic warfare? How smart is its AI? China has poured billions into AI, and this jet is likely the pinnacle. It's built to dominate the electromagnetic spectrum, blinding and confusing enemies while coordinating drone swarms. A flying supercomputer with hypersonic missiles. And it's just announced its arrival. In Washington, the reaction was volcanic. The US Air Force's own 6th-Gen program, NGAD, was supposed to guarantee air superiority. Suddenly, China had pulled the rug out from under them. Panic swept Capitol Hill. The Pentagon scrambled to project calm, but the message was clear. America was caught off guard. General Brown called it a watershed moment that changes everything. Congress demanded more funding for NGAD. Aerospace giants faced immense pressure. But beneath the bluster, intelligence officials asked, how did we miss this? How did China move so fast? The reveal wasn't just a military shock, it was an intelligence crisis. America thought it was playing chess while others played checkers. Now the board itself has changed. In Russia and Europe, the response was tellingly quiet. Moscow's silence spoke volumes, no triumphant headlines, no bravado. Russia's own next-gen fighter, the Su-75, now looked dated. The student had surpassed the master. Russia was now the junior partner. Across Europe, nervous throat clearing. Their 6th-gen projects are bogged down by bureaucracy and delays. China's reveal was a brutal wake-up call. European defense ministers issued careful statements, but anxiety was clear. The technological gap is widening and Europe risks irrelevance. The Chinese jet exposed the glacial pace of European military development. It's a moment of reckoning. Get serious or get left behind. China's 6th-Gen fighter does more than introduce new hardware, it reshapes the global military landscape. For 70 years, air superiority was the West's trump card. Now that's being challenged. The Pacific feels the impact, first Taiwan, the South China Sea. Japan, all assumptions of US air dominance are in chaos. American carriers and bases look vulnerable. The tyranny of distance is shrinking. This leap triggers a new arms race. The US must accelerate, NGAD allies must upgrade, and costs will skyrocket. The Cold War is over, but a new tech Cold War has begun. Deterrence is shaken. Rivals may now take risks they never would have before. Strategic stability is on shakier ground. The world just became more unpredictable. So here we are on the edge of a new age. The F-22 and F-35 are suddenly relics. China hasn't just joined the top table, it's flipped it. What happens next will define the century. Intelligence agencies will race to uncover China's secrets. Engineers in America and Europe will work around the clock to leapfrog this breakthrough. The next few years will be a silent, high-stakes battle of innovation. The unipolar moment is over. We're in a multipolar world. This rivalry will drive breathtaking innovation, but also risk. As AI takes over, the risk of catastrophic miscalculation grows. The great air power race of the 21st century has begun, and it will be absolutely terrifying.